course, San Lucian, Lucas, and of course my lady girl, Denise, my wife. Miss you guys. I just wanna greet also. Joe, I just wanna say follow Joe Diban's YouTube channel, kay Scotty, siyempre sa amin din. And of course, kay Boss Al, sa Wednesday Club. I miss you guys. Thank you. And sa lahat ng mga Ginebra fans, continue to support us, especially on Sunday and Monday against San Miguel. And of course, sa PBA fans, everyday po yung game, sana panoorin niyo po parati. So maraming salamat po.
Salamat and great job and congratulations. And let's tell Joe, the cameo worked. All right, it's time to send it to the press room to hear more from Coach Tim Cone.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the post-game press conference. We are with the winning head coach of Barangay Ginebra San Miguel, Coach Tim Cone. Coach Tim, in your last game, you allowed 17 3-point conversions from Northport. You said you weren't happy about that. How happy are you limiting TNT Tropang Giga to 5 of 41 shooting from downtown when they average about 14?
Well, that's what I was thinking about walking over here from the court. I was thinking about, was it our defense or they just had a poor shooting night? I think they just had a poor shooting night. They didn't have a lot of legs because they played yesterday. 3-point shooting is a lot about having fresh legs, and I just don't think they had the fresh legs tonight. We said at halftime that we were lucky because we had a lead because they missed all their 3-point shots in that first half. They had open ones. And even down the stretch, Jason Castro got an open 3, missed it. So as much as I want to credit our defense, I don't think you'll see that twice in a row with Talking Tex. They're just too good of a shooting team. We just caught them on a good night.
Coach Tim, how good does it feel for you to have this version of L.A. Tenorio back now that he has his conditioning back with him?
Yeah, you can tell the difference, huh? From the first game until now, a big difference. We kind of put him on the shoulder. They did such a great job of defending our normal offensive flow with a great ball pressure. They were really up and hard on the ball pressure and passing lanes. And so we kind of reverted to just doing high screens and letting LA and Stanley do their thing tonight. And we didn't get our normal assist totals that we normally get and things like that. But, it just trying to find a way to win. Because we thought this was so important to try to get to that top 4, and this was a key game for us. So we were just trying to find a way to win. This was playoff mode basketball for us, and again, we're just fortunate that Talking Tex came off a really tough opponent, and I just think that they didn't have their legs tonight.
Now welcoming our Zoom callers, starting out with Mr. Ruben Terran.
Coach, Stanley again carried the fight for Ginebra late in the game. It's been a constant theme for you guys. Your thoughts again of Stan in tonight's game?
That's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. he's going to be he's our closer. He closes the game for us, and we want the ball in his hands. And if not in his hands, we want it in LA's hands. And those two guys can create for themselves and can create for other people. So definitely he's our closer. Like Kobe Bryant was a closer for the Lakers. Michael for the Bulls. Jimmy Butler for the Miami Heat. Stanley's our closer. He's going to try to close the game. I think everybody knows it. The other team knows it. But even if you know it, it's still hard to stop. Everyone knows it's coming, but it's still hard to stop.
Thank you, Sir Ruben. Next question is from Mr. Aaron Bayato. Aaron?
Just good evening, Coach. Congratulations for the win. Hi. Of course, you'll have a one-day rest for you guys, and then you'll be facing the defending champions who are currently on a slump. How confident are you that perhaps your team can probably continue their victory on Sunday?
You can see guys with masks that smile because to think that San Miguel's in a slump is they're never in a slump. They might lose a game or two, but they're never in a slump. They can turn it on and off so easily. They're just a great collection of players that play so well together. And the reason I'm smiling is because I can't think of a worse time to play them after they got beat badly by another opponent. That's absolutely the worst time to play San Miguel. And we're not looking forward to it. But it's a challenge, and we're going to try to take it on. But Ginebra, San Miguel, over the last few years, they just it's been an awesome rivalry, and that honestly, San Miguel always has what we want. So we're always chasing them, and but my hat's off to that team. Coach Leo, the way he gets those guys, they're amazing. Now, they're going through maybe a little bit of a hard time without Ginebra and without what's his name?
There.
Yeah, Terrence. Sorry. Last guy's name is Terrence. But Terrence and that has really been a big hit to their depth. And as we've been saying in this conference, depth really is a huge value to a team right now because of how quickly the games come, and you really want to go deep into your lineups, and they just don't have that luxury without Terrence and Juno. And I think Spoto went out today, and so I don't know if he came back and played, but they're really struggling with their depth. But if they get a couple days to rest and they get everything, get their legs back, they're the best team out there.
Thank you, Paul.
Next question from Bong Lozano.
Hi, Coach Team. Congrats on the win. Coach, you had another player make history tonight, Japet. Got his 800 block today, making him the second active player to reach that mark. So what are your thoughts on the other players are weak to have 800 blocks?
Man, you should have guessed that.
600, sorry, just correction.
Unbelievable, man.
And what's your reaction to Japet's defensive prowess, Coach?
We depend so much on Japet to protect the rim force and intimidate. That's the whole basis of our defense. And now that we don't have Greg, that even becomes more important. They kind of tag team the protect the rim kind of thing. When you go out, then we protect the rim, and they would be like a tag team. But now there's no one to tag, so now it's all on Japet. So he has a lot of pressure on him to get out there and block shots and do those things for us and be intimidated. And he's doing a great job. That's why we're in first place, basically he's anchoring our defense, and that's what we're living off of is our defense.
We have a follow-up question from Mr. Ruben Terrato.
Coach, just want to ask about Art, as he hasn't played, as well as Joe, he didn't play earlier. What's latest?
Joe is fine, and actually Art is fine, but we haven't had any practices to really mix Art into the thing, so we don't know about him at this point. He's kind of unknown for us because we don't know how his game is. We don't know if he's in rhythm. We don't know, exactly if he can push himself to the limit because we haven't had a practice in which he's been healthy, in which he can push himself. So we've been kind of avoiding playing him until hopefully we get a couple of practices in. We're hoping that'll happen before playoff time. We didn't even practice yesterday. We had a practice scheduled when we canceled it because we wanted to save our legs. So, like I said, we're not having practices, so we can't see Art in action. And that was my problem with Jarek Bonanza also. Jarek, when we got to the bubble, he had some dehydration problems and he wasn't able to practice with us. So I wasn't sure, now I have to see these guys in practice before I can, just throw them out there in a game. And that's kind of our rule, that's our culture. If you can't get into practice, then you're not going to get into games, basically. And it's not their fault, it's just he had injuries and he's had to get on. Joe, on the other hand, we just didn't have a good matchup for Joe today. Joe's been pushing hard, trying to get in shape and stay in shape, and he's taking a lot of painkillers to allow himself to play. So by the third quarter, I was saying to myself, and get him ready for the playoffs. He and JP are both playing in a lot of pain, and if it was any other time, they wouldn't be playing right now because they're not getting enough recovery time. So it's basically we're just kind of playing with Joe's load at this point.
If there are no more questions, we thank you again, Coach Tim Con, and congratulations once again to Barangay Ginebra San Miguel.
I know you guys all want to go home again. Thanks, fellas.